Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you had a good weekend. It is August 9th. We're going to talk about SPY, GameStop, technical analysis, what I see, what I think is going to happen in the future, and our option plays. Credit spreads, edge closed. CFLT had a good run today. We had the EVLT. I think that was the ticker. Had McAfee. We'll talk about all that. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy money sticks around. Follow us on here if you'd like. And we have a Discord also you can jump on. All right. SPY, today it actually rejected at all-time highs. Sorry, my mouth's kind of cold from chewing ice. Which is brilliant because our MACD is still bearish on the SPY. And so this is definitely forming a top. Once again, on the daily, it's just basically pinned the MACD, and I mean we're still over the moving average. Once we come down below it, then yes, we'll be trading down. RSI is still a little overbought, but not bad. Really just consolidating. But today specifically on it, had that run up yesterday to all-time highs, or Friday. And then today it opened high, had that sell-off, pretty aggressive actually in the morning, and then just kind of melted up. And then right like here was European close and just melted up after that. And then it really almost got to that all-time high again. It was going to, and it just got rejected, which if it's ever rejecting a resistance or a support, it's typically that it's being respected, and it's either going to consolidate longer before it can break through it, or it's the top and it's going to go down from there. So in this last 20 minutes, it's been a pretty good sell-off. So that is showing that it respecting that resistance up there. And the fact that the MACD is still bearish is good as well. Our credit spreads on there haven't fared so well, but on GME today, nice big run up to 164. Still kind of consolidating. Nothing to get too hyped about. Volume day was very low still. But yeah, if you look back here, when you had these run ups, you kind of just came up close to that 180-day moving average, and then would reject that and keep trending down. I'm thinking it'll probably do something similar tomorrow. Seems like we'll probably keep coming up a little bit tomorrow, maybe to 170 or so, and then most likely come back down to find a support, and that support maybe be 156, somewhere around there. I'm not expecting it to do this where it rejects that moving average and then we make new lows. I think we'll definitely support this 145, but I think we'll even hold up higher than that. If you zoom out a little bit on the daily, you can kind of get a good idea. It's kind of doing this again right here, I think. However, I'm hoping it will stay in a range instead of keep dropping as it did here, these channels. Partially because of how oversold it is, as well as the RSI divergence we've had. More evident here on the 4 hour from here to here. And then also the 180 moving average. We're getting very close to it. So oftentimes this will be a support or resistance. And yeah, so this is actually maybe even closer than we were to that 180 moving average in February. But yeah, so expect it, I think, probably to rally maybe beginning of tomorrow or at some point, and then probably settle back down, and probably a few more days of consolidating. Kind of similar to back here. You had that drop, and then this was like today, we're all excited, and then it kind of comes down. Not all the way down, as long as we don't, even if we retrace all the way back down, it's fine. But if we hold up any of the gains we made today tomorrow, then that's good. And then rallies up here and back here, but that's back to that low, but that's fine. It's actually a little higher. Then once we break out, see, like right here really is the day we broke out of that range that we set on 4.7. It took 2 months almost to get past that. So here, come up to kind of this 170. I mean, and we might even come all the way up to this 190 range and make a bigger range from here up to here, but I'm not sure yet that at this point. I feel like it'll probably be a little tighter range lower down here. Partially because the MACD, if we're this far up, we're gonna have a lot of momentum and be very bullish. So this might be it. It might just be this last little dip, and then we might just rally. So how we broke through right here this day on 525, that resistance for us over here, my price point for that's like 190. It's kind of this area. If we're trading in a range, or if we just kind of keep going up on this momentum the next couple days this week, and if we break this 190, I'm bullish on this trend and us back up to 350 and possibly higher, just to see what happens then. But yeah, as long as we stay below, it's kind of this 184, 184 and above 145. Yeah, it doesn't really matter how big or how far down it goes, as long as it stays between there. It's just consolidating. But if we do get above this 190, it's 185, 190. I'll be watching very close. I'd like it to be supported with a lot of volume, of course, which we haven't seen. On the daily, we are still bearish. It's one to tick up, but it is still bearish. RSI did tick up, which is nice. SPY jumping around here to close. GME just came straight back to VWAP, but still we made 5.9%, 6%, and that was good. I mean, we were up at maybe 8% at one point, settled back down. Just like it happened back here on this day, 8.5. 8.5, remember we rallied up maybe 7%, and then I said the next day it's probably going to cool down. As long as we don't retrace all of our gains, we're doing good. And then Friday, what do you know? We only retraced like 50% of it, so came back down about half. We're still holding, making higher lows and higher highs. So that's what we're looking at today. Tomorrow probably, I think it seems like we'll probably rally a little bit more until we correct, but as long as we're kind of making higher lows and higher highs, that'd be good. And then maybe find a range, a new floor, maybe 150 or 156, right around here. That would be good. Our plays, I just closed out of a SPX call credit spread. Not many options to roll it over. It's a pretty wide spread between that, so it takes a lot of margin, and I don't feel like messing with it anymore. I will let it go. Last Friday I closed out of, it ended up becoming a put credit spread on GME. I had puts I sold, and then I bought puts, and it hedged against those, and then I ran out of margin to be able to just keep the naked puts going. So yeah, basically I ended up with 5 short puts I have here. So 5 puts I have sold on it. These are for let's see, 11, which is 20, August 20, and then these are for Friday. So if it comes up above 210 by Friday, I feel like we should be well on our way, and I will have gotten some long calls by then. But yeah, shares are up today, of course, on GME, and these puts I sold, of course, have lost value. I could close these out, but I am already I need to get max profit on these because I've rolled these over a couple times. So TFLT did nice today. They're kind of having their earnings continuation, recently IPO'd and had good earnings, so here we are, kind of ripping up. I almost sold some of them today, but there's not a whole lot of volume or liquidity on this option chain, so the spreads are kind of jumping around, but it's still looking good. I only have 2 of them, $50 calls, so these should be in the money hopefully before the 11th, or before 11 days is up. ECVT, I sold out of all but one. This one was jumping around quite a bit as well. It says it's 73% now, but it's kind of a liquid, this option chain. So yeah, it ended up looking a little better. This is kind of seems like a dividend trap, kind of playing the options on this dividend trap that they are ex-dividend dates on the 11th. So this could keep going. The chart looked kind of good, but I decided to just reduce my exposure on that one. So I only have 1 call left on that. McAfee, I also closed the rest of them. I made those calls free the other day, and then I just rode some out till today, and I closed them pretty early on. It was a pretty big red candle. I closed them on up here. And they have earnings, I guess, probably right now. So I'll see how the earnings go. I might jump back into calls for a little ex-dividend run-up on the 16th. Because that might be a dividend trap also. But either way, it might cause the price action to go up. And that's all the plays we did. Yeah. Our Z puts back up. Not Nautilus Biotech came up 6% today on this account. Kind of got in at a bad price point, but Z's coming down. Hayward, actually, our calendar spread on Hayward is starting to work out. It's kind of cool. I have not really done calendar spreads before. We'll see how this one goes though. But basically, I bought calls on Hayward for earnings, expecting them to be good. Didn't go like I planned, but I still have a lot of time on it. So the calls are losing value because it's going down in price. So I sold calls. This is like how I leg into stuff typically when it's going the right direction, but I'm legging in going the wrong direction. And so the calls I sold are losing value, so I'll be able to buy them back. And actually, look at that. Today's net gain, so I'm not quite there yet, but the total premium I paid to buy these calls was $400. And today, these calls basically netted me $450. So if I can get an open net gain on these calls that I sold at $450 or $400, I could buy these calls back and then have these 4 calls, these long calls, be free. Or I could let these get all the way down to, totally worthless, and then let this expire worthless and have the 960 credit. And then I'd be net positive still on those calls. So that's kind of cool. We'll see how that works out. Hayward on the chart, I mean, TA's it's still bearish on it. We've got bearish MACD, red under the 9. The only thing I see here is the support line. So hopefully, I guess, breaks that for that short call. And then maybe find support around this 20 or so. That's kind of what I was expecting. But I need to be out of that call by then. So that's what I got, guys. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy money sticks around. GME, this is good price action. I'm not buying calls yet. We're still in consolidation. We need massive volume. We need SPY dumping. Just these rallies on these days with zero volume basically, and this is just all part of their plan. It's basically just technical trading right now, is what I call it. And it's following the SPY in a lot of ways too. Till it really inverses the SPY heavy. That's when we're gonna make good money on long calls. It's gonna be when hedge funds are being liquidated. So that could be coming soon. Gold took a huge dive pre-market today, and that might be the beginning of some liquidation. We will see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.